Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Gooner. Yeah, I've just noticed I'm slightly early today, only by a few minutes. But listen, I thought I'd come to you early and bring this stream to you. Listen, apologies again. I'm not going to be doing a 7 p.m. stream. I need to work out what to do with that 7 p.m. stream because it's not quite happened. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the stream. Yeah, listen, guys. I'll let you guys know what I'm going to be doing with that. Also, as well, I'm not going to be going for an overly long stream, possibly about 10 minutes or so. So yeah, listen, apologies. It's going to be a very short stream. But I will read some chats out. And yeah, apologies. I am slightly early, which is quite decent. So yeah, listen, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Listen, it is piping hot out there, and it is unbearable. Mine and my wife's guide dogs are not coping too well in the heat because you just walk out and it's absolutely baking. But anyway, enough about the heat and guide dog exhaustion. Let's talk about a couple of things, and there's a couple of things I want to talk to you about today. The first one being is that Ceballos reportedly Real Madrid reportedly want to take him back. So listen, I think that's going to be a bit of a blow for us because he's been performing really well, especially under Mikel Arteta. He's been playing really well. We've seen that that partnership with Granit Xhaka in the midfield that was working quite well, working very, very well. The reports are suggesting that Real Madrid apparently want to take him back. They, Luka Modric, who also plays in a similar position to Dani Ceballos, he's getting on a little bit in terms of age. But so they're talking about taking Dani Ceballos back, which hinders us because we were going to loan him, or even I've seen a few reports suggesting that we could go in for him permanently and get him on a permanent deal. But we have to wait and see what happens with this one. Real Madrid is reportedly wanting to take him back. And like I said, he's had a pretty good season for us. I say a pretty good season. He was great at the beginning. Started off, I remember that game against Burnley where he really, really burst onto the scene. And a lot of people were saying that he could be the next Santi Cazorla. Listen, it's going to take a lot for a player to become the next Santi Cazorla. And then he had a little dip. He had a little bit of an injury as well through, I think it was like October to December time. And then when he was fit, Arteta didn't really fancy him. Had a few on and off the pitch disagreements with Arteta. And then he's come back. And since he's come back, actually, he's played really well. And he's been one of our most influential players from midfield. Listen, we all know that we lack creativity in the midfield. But since Dani Ceballos has been playing there with that partnership with Granit Xhaka, he's been playing all right. He's been doing okay, and suggests that Arteta wanted to keep him. But yeah, listen, we have to accept if Real Madrid want him back, then we have to just suck it up really and let it happen. Because listen, he was only ever a player on loan. And that's the problem with loan deals, that you feel that if a player's performing well, there's always that danger that their parent club or the club that they belong to will recall them. Listen, we experienced that with Nketiah. We recalled him back from Leeds because he was not getting game time. And unfortunately, we could be on the receiving end of something very similar. Like Real Madrid could just go, you know what, we want him back, and unfortunately, we just have to accept it. But listen, we have to wait and see what happens with that one. Personally, I would like to keep Danny Ceballos because I think he's been doing all right, and under Arteta, he seems to have found his form. But if he wants to go, if Real Madrid do want to take him back, then we've got to come up with a plan B, because at the end of the day, um, we, if they want him back, there's not really a lot we can do about it. So yeah, listen, we'll have to wait and see on this Danny Ceballos thing. Do smash a like up on this video and do smash the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. Big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to Ilias, Simpy. Big up to everybody else in the chat. Listen, I will come to some chats at the end. But I want to talk about the next story is that apparently Juventus want Lacazette, and apparently they're offering 3 players in return for Lacazette, or a possibility of one of 3 players. So they're gonna, there's 3 players up for grabs, and we could possibly get one of them in exchange for Lacazette. And one of them that's being reported is Douglas Costa. Now, I'm not. I think for me, Douglas Costa wouldn't be a great signing for us. Listen, maybe a few years ago, listen, he was brilliant. But listen, I think the boat sailed on that. And if it was a choice between getting one of Juventus cast-offs or keeping Lacazette, I think I'd rather keep Lacazette because he can bring something to the team. Okay, he might not score a lot of goals, but he can bring something to the team. And yeah, I don't want no washed up old has-beens at the football club, because listen, we need to move forward and not move back. Another player is obviously Aaron Ramsey. I gave my views on that. I think it was yesterday. No, I don't really want Ramsey at the club. I think that boat sailed as well. In order to move forward, you can't look back. And if we got Ramsey back again, I think we'd be looking back. So, yeah, I don't personally want him. Listen, we have to wait and see on that. But let me know what you guys think. Listen, I've been going for 7 minutes now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some read some of your chats out. And then, like I said, only a short stream today, but I am going to get myself out of here. And like I said, apologies, there's going to be no 7 p.m. stream because, yeah, the weather's hot and I've got quite a busy few things to do, and I've got quite a few things to do. So, yeah, unfortunately. And also I am thinking about moving the 7 p.m. stream to a different time. So, yeah, listen, let me get in some of your chats. Big up Ilias, Simpy, Omar. Big up Miss Melina. Big up Ryan, the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Big up Taib, Liam Damon. Let's have a look here. Omar says it's a shame that he'll be leaving. He's starting to play well, in referring to Danny Ceballos. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Omar said, no worries, Omar. What is the most I would pay for Ceballos? 40 million. Do you know what? I wouldn't even pay 40 million for him. I don't even think he's worth 40 million. Listen, he's a good player, and he's been doing really well for us. But yeah, I ain't paying 40 million for him. So yeah. So yeah, guys. Yeah, listen. Those are the transfer rumours that I'm bringing you today. Ceballos. Let me know about Danny Ceballos. Would you know what? Would you be happy seeing him leave the club, or would you want him to stay? And let me know whether you would be willing to swap Lacazette for those three Juventus players. Unfortunately, I couldn't find out who the other two were, but I know Douglas Costa has been thrown around. Um, has been thrown around quite some time, but listen, I don't really want him. I think that boat sailed. Listen, guys, thanks for tuning in. Apologies, it was such a short stream today, but like I said, it's just massively hot, and yeah, it's just you just don't want to do anything in this weather. Do you know what I mean? It's just mad, absolutely mad. But listen, I'm going to get myself out of it. All enjoy the rest of your day with whatever you're doing. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be back tomorrow.